Yeah, looking for jobs is crazy. I work a weekend job. I do pretty good, but, I'd like a job with benefits. But I didn't want to work 7 days, but if it wasn't too hard, maybe. But I have some issues, and I've posted about this before. So what was kind of funny, I thought, well, I got to pay a little bit of money. I've had my life insurance and health for 2 years. Tried to do it, but you got to have that if you want to work for, I guess, a captive agency like State Farm, Allstate, and they're all-time hiring. But you got to get quotas, which is kind of scary part. But some of them jobs are 40 to 60,000, just giving people insurance that they need because it's the law. Most people have to have insurance to drive on the road, or it's a big ticket. So you're providing a service, not really upcharging, and it's pretty competitive. And State Farm's a good company, and if you have a lot of money and assets, you can eventually own your own, I guess, business or franchise. So that might be good. So I went into the State Farm office, and the doorbell went off. So the front desk, there's nobody. And then I just peeked into the second office, nobody, and I heard a lady on the phone. And nobody come out there to talk to me, so I guess they were at lunch, when we was out there. So I heard her quoting people, the quote for insurance. And I said, well, she's busy. And, we just went out to eat Cracker Barrel and another place, and we had to go get my wife's medicine. And I said, well, we'll just go. And I don't really have my commercial and private property license. So I'd have to get that in order to be eligible if they give me a shot. I think I could talk to people and not just sell people a policy they don't want, but maybe sell them something they want. Who knows? Depends. I don't know. But the other job was, I'm going to cover up the guy's name, but it's like Blanchard Reynolds. And this guy, he's a salesman, and, he was filling in for the guy that's usually at the desk. And they used to have what do you call it? Like a sign, but it was one they printed up that's tied on ropes or zip ties, but the winds blew it over so you can't see. It's, say, go to this thing and apply for jobs. And he said there's a job they're not hiring real around here, but they might be hiring in Columbia. And I was telling him, and I said, well, Columbia's a long way. I was about 14 miles from the office, and Columbia would be 60 miles one way, so it's 120 miles a day. Wear and tear on an older car. I'd have to buy a car pretty soon, or a truck or something, after I got about 150-something thousand miles, but it's a 2008 GMC pickup. And just that wear and tear and all that driving, I'd probably be using every 2 days, maybe, or not much longer than that, 2.5 days. So twice a week, probably having to fill up. It's about a $40-something for a tank of gas. So I really don't want to spend, $100 a week on gas and keep my weekend job. Because takes it's only 31 miles one way, but just going back and forth a little bit extra, and I don't get that good of gas mileage. Well, it's so nice and peaceful. I think I nodded off for about 20 minutes. Yeah. Got sleepy. Ooh, it's too relaxing. So I went to this equipment supply place. He told me they had jobs all over and they pay good. And he was like a salesperson, outdoor salesperson to businesses and all. He really couldn't help me, but he talked to me a little while he was doing his stuff and told me to put an application online. And, I was kind of wondering what the physical aspects of the job were to know whether I should try it, because I hate to get in there and can't do it. And he said, well, just apply for it and see if it's something you can do. So I said, okay. And he told me about 3 or 4 times, he's real busy and I need to leave. So I finally left. He looked at me and said, what, have you been unemployed? Did you quit? Why are you looking for work? And I said, well, I was laid off in November, and I've been working at one company. He knew the company where I work at on the weekends. He said, really? So, they use probably some of their equipment. They use big equipment for lumber and all. So he said, I told him I didn't want to drive a bus and have a 6-hour gap. So I might have to go back to that. Maybe not. And he thought I had a CDL. But he said, I don't know if you'll be able to get up on the back of the truck and hook the chains up. But he said, we do have jobs where you drive a box truck. So who knows? I really don't want to go to Columbia, North Carolina. And my wife's real sick. So it's kind of good to be with her. And I get to make all this YouTube videos on food. And maybe I can come up with something else and that'll be my little job doing YouTube. So yeah, it's hard out here to get a job. But and I see this stuff coming all the time. These little Indeed alerts will pop out, and one lady I went to interview, sitting there 2 hours, and they said the job closed, and I seen it pop back up. So yeah, it's crazy. But I need to make good if I'm gonna work during the week. But you can't just work for peanuts, because then she'll lose her little thing, and I had to cover everything. So I gotta make decent. I can't just go to work for nothing if I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Hunting for a little job. Tried to put in for Social Security, but it goes Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it says Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I don't know what days they're working. But I wanted something, Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday. I used to have one day off a week. Working with a school, I thought about doing a safety monitor. It said 80% walk-in. I think I could do it. I guess you got to look in the bathroom and make sure nobody's vaping or cutting class, and making sure nobody's going to come into school and hurt people. They just walk around. But it only pays like $13.75. But the good thing, if you do it 15 years, I think I figured it right, times by 1.82, and then times that by how many years you do and the annual salary, I get $500 a month in state retirement, and that wouldn't mess with my federal retirement. So that's kind of nice, That would at least pay maybe your power bill by then. So we'll see. So I just wanted to share that. So talk at you later.